So can you tell us which one is it? It is?
Your Honor, we have the matter concerning Dr. Daniel Manduku. I don't know whether you have a charge sheet.
I don't know.
Then we are ready to go on with it.
His number? Are you aware?
I'm not aware. I have made a follow-up. I'm informed that the charge that he had instructed police cash.
We do not have that file. I've looked.
Not such a
Are you? Could you be the one?
Yes.
This Dr. Daniel Manduku.
But he's not being escorted by anybody. You brought yourself to court.
No, he was brought by the officer.
Where are you?
Yes.
I've looked at the list. There's no Daniel in this list, unless it was registered as a late plea.
Where the IO for this case?
Yes. Are you aware?
Notwithstanding the fact that there was an order of anticipatory bail made by the High Court, he was held without access to his lawyers and to his phones until this morning when he was brought to the basement. It was our expectation that he would be arraigned and then he would be able to take directions on the issue of the claim.
Unfortunately, we don't have a file. I've not seen any letter registering any late plea as usual. If a plea is late, usually there will be a letter from the prosecutor asking us to register a late plea, because it's not among us these ones that I have. But we have one prosecutor today against so many lawyers. Can we give him time to organize himself now that we have all these lawyers? Yes.
To respond, I've contacted the in charge. According to him, he has instructed the police to grant him police cash, and that is probably why we don't have a charge. I think this is miscommunication on the part of the CID and the custodian staff, because according to our office, he's supposed to be released on police cash.
Who is because we do not have the file. We have now seen him. We have to discuss the matter because we cannot gather here.
Yes.
And we have no file.
Yes.
And we have a person who is assessed to do. Off the record because we have no record. Yes. What are you? Yes, prosecutor.
He can just tell us what he proposes.
Yes, maybe he has some plan.
Your Honor, I'm part of them because it's my belief that the prosecutor is my elder. And because in prosecution, always, there's a procedure.
File. Is that a file? That looks neat.
The file here is complete. Okay. You have a charge sheet, Your Honor.
Could we have a look at the charge sheet?
And we should know, as generally, that the court, is not under the Constitution allowed to direct the investigators or to direct the DPP on what to do. However, having brought a person who is accused, the Constitution is... No, let's not get there. I'm saying now that you have shown the prosecutor a charge sheet, can he take time? Because you see he's alone. Look at him.
What is his position?
Yes.
Please.
Yes, let him say, because he's a DPP.
The in charge of prosecution, he will respond to it.
Where is he?
He's supposed to be given the charge sheet.
Where is he?
He had a look at it, but he has indicated that he's on his way because of this matter. He had gone to...
So there is a more superior officer who is on the way. Can we wait? This is a serious matter.
Your Honor,
yes.
Your Honor, we are a country governed by the record of the Republic of Kenya is here. Dr. Manduku was seized yesterday, notwithstanding the fact that he gave the investigating officer a court order made by the High Court on the 17th of December 2019, directing that he stands released on a cash bail of 500,000. They have held him incommunicado, seized his phones, denied him access to his family and advocates. We looked for him throughout the day yesterday and throughout the night. Now this morning, we bring him to the basement. The DCI seems determined to press charges. The DPP, on the other hand, appears quite unaware of what is happening. Yet, The primary and indeed the only duty of the DPP is to sanction and undertake criminal prosecution. Who is in charge here? Is it the DPP or the DCI? So that we should not be acting at the convenience of the DCI. My honest proposal is this. We have a court order which is a matter of public opinion, releasing Dr. Manduku on a cash bail of 500,000. It was made way back last year. We do not want to usurp the role of the DPP or interfere with the function of the DCI. If they are not ready, we will not press them. Let them take as much time as they want to sort out their house, but in the meantime, we'll be given the two accused, we'll be given the two seized persons. Yes, arrested persons.
And walk away with them.
We want to walk away with them through that official gate. Because we've been through this incidents before, twice. When they brought Honorable Juang here, and they took us in circles. By the time we got to meet Honorable Juang, it was 4 hours later. They had taken him to a far-off destination. Same thing with Dr. Miguna. They took us in circles. We cannot have the rule of law and constitutionalism if a state officer whose function is to enforce the law is violating the law. So let them take their sweet time. If Mukubwa Bitwadi confirms that these two individuals are not under arrest, which they shouldn't be, and if Mukubwa Ruto also confirms they came to him in a manner that he doesn't understand, then they are in our, the one in charge of
for the court to get.
then they should be free to leave the court presence until such a time as they otherwise lawfully summoned.
And you allow me, because I can see.
Yes.
You have to even as a officer of the court of the officer will have to that. But in the absence of any fire, no charge of related to this court because but I see a window here that I do not think it would be fair to retain people in the court cells. The court cells are meant for people who've been charged or who have applications pending before court for custodial orders, or those who are waiting to be sent to jail having been convicted. Other than that, I do not see the use of police court cells within the court precincts. It's only for those categories of people.
You know, that is why I was saying, let these persons be released, because what is unfolding before this court today has a massive implication on the roles of the DCI and the role of the DPP. They will sort their mess outside. It should not involve these two citizens who are totally not in the battlefront of between who controls what between the DPP and the DCI. Your Honor, these people are no longer in the hands of the police. They are in your hands. Let them be released, because they have been brought to you. Everybody has disowned them. The DPP is a young advocate, is a young counsel. Let us not jeopardize his job. This is a bigger war than anybody is trying to explain to the nation. Let these two citizens go home. If they make a charge sheet, they have now identified the president is here. They can call him and tell him we produce our people in court when they want to take them to charge.
Yes, are they any flight
They
risk that
can't
you cannot
be here the
catch
whole
up
day.
with them?
The president is here of LSK.
Even if you are to sort out the issues about registering a plea,
Yeah.
are they going to run away?
In fact,
They
Your
look
Honor,
like they are the
intrigues-
first ones
Your
to
Honor,
come this
Your
way.
Honor, our worry is that the intrigues between the, because it appears that now DPP and DCI are not reading on the same page in this matter. They are fighting each other openly in court. And our biggest worry is that we can go outside there with our clients, then DCI rearrested. And safeguards, Your Honor.
In the absence, as I said, yes. Very well. Mr. Ryungu.
Yes, Mr. Ryungu.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you need time? Yes. Good afternoon.
Yes.
We have a situation here.
Which I'm surprised, Your Honor.
Yes. Now tell the court so that we know what to do, because you have immense powers donated to you in the Constitution under Article 157.
Yes.
Do you have any arrested persons you are aware of and there is no charge sheet?
Your Honor, in fact, in the morning, in regards to this matter that is before you, the DPP gave directions.
And the court can act because they don't look like friskies. I have seen them. Look at the way they are coming to court.
Your Honor,
Because we cannot, yes.
Your Honor, you are very kind, Mr. Ryungu. Mr. Ryungu has given the correct position.
Intrigues, yeah.
As far as Mr. Ryungu and his office is concerned, these two citizens ought not to be here.
Very well, then why can't I direct that they move out of this courtroom?
I think that would be a good idea.
Yes. So you can walk, you are free people, and until we'll see who has contradicted who, and then we can move forward. But allow us to do other matters. Thank you, Mr. Ryungu.
The coming out of the truth and the shenanigans that transpire behind the scenes with regard to prosecution in this country. We keep talking about the war against corruption, and for a long time, the judiciary has been blamed and said to be the weak link. Number one, the only person who has the power and the mandate to bring charges before a court of law is the DPP. The DCI do their investigations, present the files, not to be admitted before this court. We have seen the charges. That chicken can't fly. A case is good or bad when it starts, and in this case it is clear that the DCI is actually trying to pursue its own agenda. So we need to go back and ask, because we have seen the DCI pursuing and litigating this matter and other matters in the court of public opinion. Why is it that it does that? It is because they want to preempt the charges and they want to twist the arm of the DPP to bring charges into court. The DCI will go and report to his boss, and we know who his boss is, and say, you see, I have done my work. It is the DPP who has refused to do his work. Today, the DCI has been exposed. There is an ulterior motive behind the persecution of Dr. Manduku. We have a court order that was given to him on the 17th of December 2019, giving him anticipatory bail. That court order should have been obeyed. Why is it that they rushed to arrest Dr. Manduku? Why was it that he was being held incommunicado yesterday? No access to his advocates, no access to his family. He was at the DCI all the time. We were there until past 9 p.m. and he was sitting there.
Nelson, what action are you going to take against DCI, if any?
Let's emphasize certain aspects of what is happening today. Kenya is not a police state. Kenya is a democratic country. We have a democratically elected president of the Republic of Kenya. We have a democratically elected legislature. We have institutions that are in office due to the power given to them under the Constitution. Courts of law constitute some of those institutions. The office of the Director of Public Prosecution is the office anchored under the Constitution. It is given the power to determine and to continue criminal prosecution. Now, with that background, it must be understood that any law enforcement agent, any state officer entrusted with the responsibility of enforcing the law cannot have any legal or moral obligation to enforce the law if he or she violates the law. It is as simple as that. And this issue courts have addressed time without number. They have reminded the police, they have reminded the director of criminal investigations that you are the biggest beneficiary of justice. As and when you don't want to comply with court orders, know that you'll be the loser in the end. Yesterday, at around 8:30 p.m., we addressed the press. We addressed the press from the headquarters of the DCI. Our client had been held incommunicado from 2:30 p.m. That notwithstanding the fact that he was entitled to his lawyers, he was entitled to be set free because there was a court order setting him free. And may I remind Kenyans, because everybody was in the social media yesterday saying that we are fighting corruption. We are not fighting corruption. We are fighting success and development. Because if you have individuals in state office who want to countermand what is being done by other state officers without any justifiable reason whatsoever, then that is a recipe for trouble. If you look at the charge sheet that we've been presented, it's very laughable, very laughable. It does not tie with the narrative that has been given to you as journalists to inform Kenyans about Dr. Daniel Manduku. And this is happening to the managing director of a state corporation. It will leave you wondering what is the state of the administration of justice and the rule of law in Kenya. This is chaotic. It is chaotic. Now, Dr. Manduku has walked out of the court. We won't say he has been set free because he had not been arrested. He had been seized unlawfully. An arrest can only have the sanction of the law if it is permissible by the law. But if it is undertaken otherwise, it's a seizure. So Dr. Manduku has walked free out of this court because there was no lawful arrest. The director of public prosecution has indicated that he has not sanctioned any criminal charges against Dr. Manduku. It is in light of that fact that we must bring out the attention of the Kenyan public that it's important that we all uphold the rule of law and constitutionalism. That, friends, is what we need to do. Thank you.
Hassan Mugambi, ni kwamba vile wakili